here. So we're going to dive right in. I think a lot of you maybe know me. For those of you who don't, I'm Ashley with the Boutique Hub, and I'll give you a little bit more than that in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and switch my screen and share my screen with you so you can see what we're going to talk about today. But we're basically diving into the top 5 marketing strategies from 2016 that your boutique needs and that are proven to help boutiques grow. Hey, oh, and Val's here. Hey, Val. And we're going to talk about the top 3 things that you need to know to get ready for 2017. That's going to help in your marketing efforts and take your boutique from where it is now to where you want it to be. And then we're going to talk about the new hub and launch the Best Year Yet Challenge opening tonight for everybody who's inside the new hub group. So if you guys are ready, I am going to go back and figure out how to share my screen with you. Let me minimize this screen. Oh my gosh, there's like 35 tabs open to do this. I'm going to share my entire screen with you. Okay. And all right, so I'm sharing the screen. I want to make sure this works, but I can't see your comments like I mentioned. So I think Jesse's on here. If you could text me and I'll just get your text and I'll know that you guys can see and hear this okay now that I've shared my screen. So please, technology, let's just hope that this works. And I'll watch for your text, Jesse. So let's launch this thing, the Best Year Yet Challenge. For those of you who've been around for a while and have ever met me or visited with me, you know that my main driver at the hub and my passion every single day when I get out of bed is to change the lives of boutique owners. I want to impact businesses and I want to impact the lives of families, not just you, but your entire family. And I believe by being an entrepreneur and having a business, that's the #1 way to change your family legacy forever. So that is the reason behind everything we do. And of course, the reason behind the brand new hub. So what are we going to cover today? Today, this presentation is for anyone who is serious about growing their business, anybody who wants more family, less time on your phone. If you're like me, your husband has probably said to you more than once, what's on Facebook? Please get off Facebook. Are you married to Facebook? Do you have a Facebook addiction? Yes, all the above. We have to figure out how to put away our phones in 2017 and spend more time with our families. So the last piece is today is for those who are serious about learning Facebook ads, serious about retail marketing strategy, and serious really about being a boss. And you're curious about the hub. That's what we're going to dive into today. All right. If someone could, that has my phone number, shoot me a text and let me know if you can see this and hear this okay. Just want to make sure, since I can't see your comments, that once I'm sharing my screen, you've got it. So if you wouldn't mind shooting me a text, that'd be awesome. All right, so here's the plan, Stan. This is what we're going to cover. Like I said, top 5 boutique marketing strategies of 2016, 3 things to do now for 2017. We're going to tour the brand new hub, and we're going to go into the Best Year Yet Challenge. All right, oops, someone texted me. Thank you, appreciate it. All right, so who's today not for? Basically, today is targeted to boutiques and brands and designers. So if you're not one of those, this may not be the presentation for you, but we are still going to talk about the hub. So if you're curious, you're welcome to stick around. Well, today is also not for someone who is currently satisfied with business and doesn't want to grow. And you may verbally tell yourself that you want to grow, but subconsciously you may be sabotaging yourself saying you don't want to grow. That for a second. And are you really serious about growth? And finally, if you don't like the movie Dumb and Dumber or Christmas Vacation, frankly, we can't be friends because I kind of like to have fun and be sarcastic. I may quote a couple movies in this presentation. When I drink a lot of coffee, that stuff just comes out of me. So just be prepared if you hear like a Will Ferrell quote coming out of left field. So if you don't know me, I am originally from North Dakota, basically the middle of nowhere. I live in Wisconsin now, and I come from a ranching background, rodeo background. That's why I'm attracted mainly to Western boutiques, but work with all types of boutiques. I've worked in retail my entire life. In my entire professional life, I've worked in business development. So specifically, I ran an economic development corporation for, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years. I lose track of time. I loved it. I loved working with small businesses. I ran an SBDC, Small Business Development Center, and Chamber of Commerce, Main Street Association, all of that. So I've worked with businesses on a number of different levels and communities on a number of different levels to foster an atmosphere for boutiques and small businesses. And the hub came about because in the middle of nowhere in North Dakota at that time, we had a couple of stores, and still do, in the community that I was from. But really, the entire atmosphere of the state, there was not much for shopping. And we were 3 hours from anywhere. But I love boutiques and shopped them all the time while I traveled, and created the hub as an online shopping mall of boutiques. But then my background and my passion for business development and coaching kind of took over and morphed the hub into what it's become today. So really, it's a God thing that it all fell together the way that it did. And I couldn't be happier. I'm just so crazy excited and passionate about what I do. So in a nutshell, though, coffee, Green Bay Packers, turquoise, Will Ferrell, that's my life. That's what I'm excited about. So at the hub, two things that we wholeheartedly believe to be true. The first is that all women, no matter their size, their location, their style preference, their income, everyone deserves to look and feel beautiful. And I know that boutiques are the place that helps her achieve that. So a lot of fashion coverage today is all about high-end and aspirational fashion. There's not a voice for fashion for real women. And that's what you are. That's what you provide. And that's what we want to amplify at the hub. The second thing that we believe is that small business owners in the industry deserve a voice. And I know that there's an easier way for you to do business, a way for you to save time and save money and find better connections and collaborations. And that's what we're building at the hub. So when you go to the new hub, you'll see everything's broken out into two sides. There's our boutique hub style side of the hub, which is targeted toward consumers looking for boutiques. And then the business side of the hub, which is for the industry to connect and learn and grow. So what do the boutiques say? I know a lot of you have asked about boutique boot camp and what do we actually do with boutiques? And I just want to give you a touch of feedback from a couple of them. And there's a ton more feedback on the hub. But just to give you some insight as to what we're doing and how the strategies that we are testing really do impact and change the futures of boutique owners' businesses and boutique owners' lives. I bet you're a speed reader if you've read all this by now. So I'm going to move on. Okay, so what's in it for you? What's today really about? We're on a mission, like I said, to make this the best year ever. And at the hub as a whole, we want to give voice and reach to your boutique and connect you with consumers. And we want to save time and give you industry integration. I want to make sure that for your sake, there's just a couple tabs always open on your computer. Probably Fashion Go would be one, Facebook another, your Shopify site, and the hub. I just want to be integrated to make your life as simple as possible. That's as easy as it gets for you. So giving you the tools and the training and the strategy and the connection to grow, that's our mission. So today we are really launching that mission to change businesses and to change lives. Starting out and giving you some background on what you can do now to start changing your business. Okay, you guys ready? Shall we dive in? I would tell you to type in the comments, but I can't see anyway. So we're gonna do it. Let's jump into the top 5 marketing strategies for boutiques from 2016. And these are proven strategies to work. All right, number 1, I may be beating a dead horse here. You've probably heard me talk about this a time or two, and it was long before Facebook Live ever was invented. And that is authenticity. And we're starting to see this become so, such a big part of not just boutiques, but also like big retail establishments. You've noticed like the lifestyle blogging and collaborations happening with the Gap and Old Navy and all these different large online retailers. Authenticity is so key because people want to do business with people, not companies. So how have you developed your brand and humanized your brand? Not just with you personally, but with your team and your personal mission and behind the scenes at what you're doing. Because the fact is, you have to have relationships before you can have sales. And being authentic and building trust so people know, like, and trust you builds relationships. And that's what leads to sales. So what is trust? Because authenticity really is trust. Trust is empathy plus credibility. So for you, the credibility is the fact that you know your style. You know how to dress women. You know what looks good at what body types. You know what brands are great quality. They can trust you because you're credible, but they can also trust you because of your empathy, because you know how they feel. You know what they need. Maybe you've even been there yourself. If you serve a lot of plus size women or curvy women because you're curvy yourself, you have empathy for them. And they know you and like you and trust you so much more because you get it. So being authentic and really inserting yourself into your brand is crucial. How can you do that? Okay, first thing, this is a pet peeve. Can I just tell you, you have to have your boutique as your occupation on Facebook. Can you just start there? You'd be surprised at how many people don't even have their boutique as their occupation on Facebook or really anywhere to be found in their personal information. It's like they're leading a double life, a life of a boutique owner by day and a school teacher at night, or something opposite. And you know what? I know a lot of you have 2 jobs, and that's totally cool. But anymore, our lives are so intertwined and connected. Don't separate them. Own who you are and own the fact that you're an entrepreneur and a boutique owner. All right, it's a little bit windy. Next thing is you have to have a group. Facebook groups are where it's at. It's the #1 place you can connect with people and build relationships and be authentic and have an authentic brand. Make sure you're in your group, being you, developing relationships, and frankly, just being real. Blogging is another great way to be authentic. And when I say blogging, this is a great place for you to establish your credibility and your empathy with people. Last piece is videos. If you're not yet using videos like Facebook Live or have you tried Instagram Live yet? Instagram Live is pretty cool. It actually disappears the second you're done with the video. These are key places to get in there and to let your customers know, like, and trust you. Think about if you're launching new arrivals every week, give a little new arrival preview with a video. It's the #1 medium for marketing in 2016, and it will continue to be for 2017. Number 2 is Shopify. Now, I know that we've got boutique owners of a lot of different levels with us here today, so let's just talk a little bit about Shopify. Maybe you're on Shopify and you're just still exploring how to best use it, or maybe Shopify is completely new to you, but the fact is this is the direction that e-commerce is really going. This is the #1 most powerful platform, most integrations, greatest support, such a simple platform to use. You don't have to code or anything. You can simply get on there, plug and play, and you don't really need a developer. You truly can do this all yourself on Shopify. And Shopify just skyrocketed in popularity in 2016. So if you're thinking about getting a website and starting to sell online, if you're just currently doing social selling, Shopify is definitely the way that you want to go. If I could give you a little sneak peek and tell you a couple favorite apps on Shopify, let me do that. Shoelace. Oh my gosh, again, I'm going to beat a dead horse. I talk about this in the group. Shoelace, Retarget by Shoelace is my favorite because it's so simple. This app utilizes your Facebook pixel to retarget visitors on your website that have abandoned their carts or just simply left without purchasing what they were viewing. And it builds Facebook ads, inviting them back to your site to complete the purchase. You literally have to do nothing except set it up, and you can log in every single day and see your positive ROI. Such a lifesaver and such a time saver. Next one is Facebook Messenger, because we're going to talk about Facebook ads in a minute. And I don't know if you know this, serve ads in Facebook Messenger. So make sure you're connecting the Facebook Messenger app on Shopify. Last one, I guess not last one, SEO Image Optimizer. This is an easy way to get alt tags put into your photos to help your SEO. I'm not going to go into detail here, but just know that it's worth it. And then MailMunch. MailMunch and Privy are probably my top 2 favorite pop-up apps to collect emails. Just make sure that when you connect a pop-up app to collect emails on your Shopify site, that it's actually collecting emails and it's connecting to your MailChimp list. This is so crucial because it does you no good if you're collecting emails and they're just sitting there and you're not using them. This auto connects to MailChimp and you haven't skipped that step. All right. Whew, girl, I'm gonna need some more coffee. All right, number 3, the Facebook pixel and retargeting. Now, we probably have 3 different levels of owners listening to this. Some of you are definitely Facebook savvy and you use the pixel every day. Some of you maybe have a pixel installed, you're not really sure how to use it yet. And some of you are sweating because you don't even want to think about the pixel, it's overwhelming. So just know this. You don't have to take notes. You don't have to crunch all this stuff down. I'm just going to tell you that inside of the hub, we're going to be breaking down step by step how to use the Facebook pixel, how to install it, why to use it, how to build audiences around it to make your life super simple, because this is really powerful and really important and you've got to have it installed. Okay, so for those of you who don't know what it is, let me tell you why it's important. The Facebook pixel is a piece of code that you take from Facebook. You install it on your e-commerce provider, and it tracks all of the visitors and activity on your website. And then you can use that data on Facebook to build audiences and target people based on the actions they've already taken, okay? Not only can you target them on Facebook, you can target them on Instagram. And now you're going to be able to target them via email as well. So important. You can also connect to third-party apps like Shoelace, like I just mentioned, but just don't use Kit. There's a little word of advice. Don't like that one. How do you use your pixel to set up an audience? Okay. Can I just walk you through this step really quick and tell you again, this is going to be on the hub because I want to make this so super clear and simple and step-by-step for you. But to simply create an audience, this is going to be a warm audience of people who've already been to your website. They know you, they know your style, they like you, they trust you. They're very likely to buy from you. So let's save an audience around these people. You go to your Facebook Ads Manager, Audiences, Create Audience, Custom Audience, and then Website Views. And then all you have to do is name the audience, your boutique name, and then website visitors, and you're done. And then anytime you boost a post or you want to push some sort of advertising, this audience is ready to go. Okay, we're totally switching gears here, but can we talk about the Fill-A-Bag sale for a minute? Because so many of you took advantage of this sale this year and it was huge. But let's just be really clear about why you would do this sale, because this is not something you would do often. This has a really specific purpose. So you know in retail that the faster you move your inventory, the faster turn rate you have, the more money you make. And of course you have to have profit margin built in there. But at a certain point, there is kind of a dead zone for your inventory. So after you've had something between 60 and 90 days that is not moving, it is completely dead and you've now lost money on it. So what do you do about that? You have to have a good strategy to get people excited about taking this inventory off your hands so you don't lose. Fill-A-Bag sale does. So about twice a year at the end of the season, of the warm and cold season, so February and September, October, this all may vary based on, or if you live in North Dakota like I used to, you just have one season called winter, 24/7. So these 2 times of year, you would set up the Fill-A-Bag sale, and how it works is you're going to have a bag or 2 different sized bags. You're going to pre-sell them to your customers for a set price. And then as your doors are closed at your boutique, all of your merchandise is marked what is available for the Fill-A-Bag sale. You're probably going to have stuff in totes and put in special sections of your store, and you're going to hide all of your brand new arrivals because you don't want to lose money on those with this sale. And then you're going to promote the heck out of this sale to the point where you have people lined up out the block, around the block, waiting to get in your store. And they get in, and like crazy women on Black Friday, they're knocking each other down, filling up their bags. And they're going to stuff as much as they can in that bag, and they get it for that one set price. All right, so 2 things that are crucial crucial. I should have more coffee again. For you to remember are, be very aware of what you're placing in the sale and what your profit margin is on that product. And number two, this can generate a ton of buzz for your business. Make sure you are using this wisely and you are creating opportunities for people to come back when the sale is over and you're building relationships with those customers. So use it to your advantage at really kind of quiet times a year and to generate huge buzz and return customers for your business. And if you've got questions about this sale, jump in our Facebook group and hit it in the search bar because there is so much good information in the group. Okay, number 5. I think this is the most important thing to talk about in terms of marketing strategy in 2016, because if you target everyone, you reach no one. You truly have to know your ideal customer. And I tell you, the number one mistake I see in boutiques is they don't know who they are. Because let me tell you, not everybody is a trendy, affordable boutique. You're just not. You're not the red dress. You're not exactly the same. You are you for a reason. And that's why customers want to shop with you. So in order to get specific about your niche, you need to ask yourself a couple of questions. So who are you specifically? Who are you as the owner and why did you start the boutique? What is your style? What do you like? Who do you want to serve? What are you most interested in? Because a lot of times your best customers are going to be very similar to you specifically. So don't try to be something that you're not, okay? If you're Western and you want to go totally mainstream trendy, that may not work for you, or vice versa. Just know who you are, like wear your flag and wear it proud, and build your brand around what makes you, you. All right, next question I want you to ask yourself. Why are you in business in the first place? What is it that you want your business to be? When you get out of bed in the morning, why are you excited? Are you serving people? Is it a cause or a mission greater than yourself? Like, is there a charity that you really want your business to benefit, or a way of life, or your faith? What is it that excites you? And how is your business serving whatever it is that excites you? That is a big part of your brand. All right, third thing to ask yourself, who are your current ideal customers? Like, you know it, the girl who comes in and she drops some serious buck with you. Who is she? What does she like? And is she alone? Or are there a lot of people just like her? So start to get familiar with who your ideal customers are and what do they truly, truly need from you. Because the most successful businesses are firm in who they are and they are firm in who they serve. If you think about your favorite boutique, I would bet you that you would know who they serve and what their mission is all about and what sets them apart from everybody else. So think about this. Take a personal inventory for yourself and your boutique and ask yourself, what makes me different? Stop being a trendy, affordable boutique, because you're not. You are something way better than that. You just have to find out what it is. Last thing, if I can just mention this, you're not a bargain bin. You are not meant to be a bargain bin. You are a brand on a mission. And when people are connected to who you are and what you're doing, they will pay money to shop with you. People do not shop with boutiques because they're the cheapest. And frankly, if they do, those are not the customers that you want to have because they're not loyal. They're with you 1 second and they're gone in a hot minute. It's just like these buy-in groups that we see happen all the time now. Do you think any of those customers are loyal in those groups? Heck no. Heck no. They jump from one group to the next. Then they're on Jane and Zulily and group deals, and they're just brand hopping because they don't care. They want a bargain. That's not how you build a successful business. That's not how you create a legacy for your family. Holy smokes, am I on a soapbox here? Just make sure that you know who you are and what your brand is on a mission. All right, 2016. So that was my favorite 5 tips from 2016. I know I can't see your comments at the moment, but would you do me a favor? Would you type over in the comments and tell me which one of those was most important for you? Or if you feel like there was a strategy in 2016 that really worked for you that I didn't hit? Or what questions do you still have about these strategies? And the reason I'm asking, I'm going to come over and look at your comments in a minute when I stop sharing the screen. But the reason I ask is because at the Hub, our entire mission, like I said, is to serve you and to give you the information that you most need for your business. So I want to make sure that if there's questions you have around these topics or any other topic, that we have an opportunity to cover them at some point. Maybe not today, but in the near future. So tell me what you think in the comments. Which one of those is important and which ones did I maybe not have on that list that you still have questions about? Tell me in the comments. Okay. Are you ready for 2017 though? Can we move on as you're typing and like talk about how to blow up 2017 and what's going to be the most important? Here we go. Number one in 2017, and this is just kind of a general thing here, but we are all so overwhelmed with social media. Everybody's overwhelmed. Society is overwhelmed. We're getting bombarded left and right. So what do you need to do to grow your business in 2017? You need to cut the overwhelm. And that means you have to have a strategy. So scheduling ahead, having content calendars, having automations in place, scheduling your social media with apps like Buffer, Later, Hootsuite, Boutique Window, Grum, whatever it is that you use. Make sure you're saving yourself some time and some headache, because I think we all want to eliminate the overwhelm and the stress and the crap that comes along with that in 2017. Another big part of that I think is going to set you apart is understanding email automations and smart remarketing. So this is not hustle. This is not hustling to get the right customers, the right email, but this is setting up a couple things with a couple clicks of a button and then walking away and letting this market for you in a really unique, really personal way. Okay? No more overwhelm. This is working smarter and not harder in 2017. All right. Now, can I just nerd out for a minute? Facebook ads make me nerd out. Okay. Facebook audiences. This is so key in 2017. And again, I'm going to go back to, there's probably a couple different levels of people here. Some of you maybe don't have any Facebook audiences and this is making you sweat again. Some of you have some set up, but you want to dive into this more in 2017. And some of you got this and you're like, you're not going to tell me anything I don't know, but girl, I am, because there's some stuff I just heard about yesterday that I'm going to tell you. But let me start at the basics. And please, again, don't feel like you have to take a ton of notes on this slide, because this is all going to be inside of the Hub in our training library very soon. So let me start with this. Facebook gives you 3 different options when it comes to Facebook audiences. The first one is saved audiences. You've probably dabbled with this. This is when you choose the age, location, gender, all the interests, and you set up an audience based on that. Now, the tricky part is there is literally a billion different ways you could do this. That means there's also a billion different ways you could potentially screw it up. So it's a little tricky to make sure you get the right formula and you're not wasting a lot of money on this audience type in particular. So this is something I've spent a lot of time trying to test and retest to make sure we have a formula that actually works. The second of audience is the custom audience. Custom audiences are so crucial because these are people that already know you. They've already connected with you. So they're on your email list, they've visited your website, or they've interacted with some of your content on your Facebook platforms. We can do so many really cool things with custom audiences. And then the third type is lookalike audiences. And what a lookalike audience is we take a custom audience and we say, okay, Facebook, go find me people that look like this custom audience group of people. And Facebook will come back with about 1 million plus people that look and act and behave like your custom audience. This is such great potential. But remember, this is a cold audience. They don't yet know you like the custom audience does. So when you're thinking about how am I going to create ads to go with this lookalike audience, you're going to start with something that builds relationships. You're going to maybe serve them some content or a discount or invite them to your group, or you're going to enter them in a contest or get them on your email list. You're going to do something first without selling to them. because they have to get to know you and like you and trust you before you start serving them ads to buy something. Okay? So this is the 3 most basic things I can give you with Facebook audiences, the 3 types that Facebook allows you. Now, for those of you who are advanced, lucky you with Facebook, let me tell you what's coming. Facebook now allows you to serve ads through Messenger. So if people are messaging your page because you have a Facebook Messenger app installed on Shopify, you're gold. This is so cool. I have this set up and running with a couple of boutiques right now, and I love what it does. Because when you serve them an ad and you ask a question, you a lot of times get a great response to that ad right through their Facebook messages. Okay, you can also now serve ads based on recent video views. So if you're doing Facebook Lives every week, you can target the people watching your videos. They're the warmest audience you have for your brand, so that's super cool. And then let me tell you what's happening with groups. 2 things I want to tell you. Okay, one is you probably, if you are already connected with our groups at the Boutique Hub, our main boutique owners group, I talked about this a bit the other day, and that is that I've been noticing in some of the groups I manage that there's the little notify those who have not seen this post button showing up in the group, which is kind of like boosting inside of a group. Right now, it's not for money. This button out to serve notifications to people who haven't seen my content yet. So that's one piece of group ads I know are coming. The next piece that I heard yesterday from a Facebook ads expert that I've bought some courses and stuff from myself is they're now testing out targeting other people's group audiences. So you may not like this if you have a really big group, or you may like it if you have a really small group. The fact is everyone has the same opportunity to succeed. It's just using it. So what this means is if there's Facebook groups out there that are massive, you will soon have the opportunity to create ads and audiences targeting those people. Now, this doesn't put your ad inside of someone else's group, but it just targets them in their news feed. Okay? The key with Facebook ads, if all this is kind of overwhelming you at this moment, I hope it's not. I hope it's exciting you like it does to me. But the number one key is to start testing. Test different things, test different audiences, a dibble here, a dabble there, and pretty soon we're going to have a system that works for you. And then, of course, stay tuned inside the hub, duh, because I'm going to be bringing you a whole lot more information on this because it makes me excited. So stay tuned. I love this topic, and I promise there will be much more. All right, 3rd tip for 2017 is personal email automation. So like I told you a couple slides ago, when you target everybody, you reach nobody. So stop being so generic. Yes, you're going to have your weekly emails that you send to your entire list, and that's important. But I want you to think about adding some like little caveats to that email into your strategy. Things like welcome series and thank you series and abandoned cart series that are personal. And girl, I am not talking about the Shopify templates that they give you because they are boring. You have to have something that is set up in your own voice. Remember we talked about narrowing your niche and being you and being different? That means your voice has to be different. People have to know who you are based on how you write. Can I give you an example? Today, the hub is sharing a story about the boutique Wild Blue. And I like to order from Wild Blue, so I'm familiar with their email sequences that they use. And hands down, better than any boutique I've ever seen, their email sequences are spot on. It is 100% their brand voice. Everything is, hey, darling, hey, sweetie, girl, you're gonna look so beautiful. It is all their voice, and it makes you feel so good because it's so personal. So start thinking about that. How do you speak to your customers, and how would you want someone to speak to you in these emails? And anytime you see something generic, get rid of it. Please get rid of it and make it your own voice. Make it unique to your voice. Start building relationships and stop trying to sell so much. Okay, so that was the top 3 things for 2017. And the question is this. You've got some information, and now what? Now what do you do? My husband and I were having this conversation last night, and he said something that I thought was really smart. And he said, you know, Ashley, businesses don't grow by osmosis. So even though you like to multitask and listen to these webinars and podcasts in the morning while you're checking your email, you don't grow just by listening to something, but you grow by taking action on something. And you grow faster by taking smart action and proven action and action with a strategy on something. So I thought that was a pretty profound statement, and it's true for all of us. So the question is, now what? What action do we take? What do we do? Well, again, that's the reason we built the hub, just to be frank. And I wanted to take this opportunity today to show it to you, to get you inside, and really to answer any questions that you have. So I'm going to stop screen sharing in a couple minutes and answer some questions about the hub. But let me kind of go into some pieces of the hub and why we built them the way that we did. So the first reason we built the new hub was to give you tools that grow your business and to give you clarity. We want you to know that there's a toolbox waiting for you that gives you the step-by-step on how to do things and why to do things, because we know they work. The next thing is our community. Our community is so vibrant and full of such awesome, generous, warm people. I'm so proud of everyone in our community. But part of the mission behind the new hub is to give some more tools to our community and some more support to our community. If you've ever messaged me, you know it may take me a little bit to get back to you because my inbox gets so flooded. And now we have support for our community. The third piece behind the new hub is connections, connections, connections. I know what it takes to try to find new brands and the searching that goes on and the discovery that goes on, the investigative work that goes on, trying to search for new brands. And for brands that are trying to reach boutiques, we wanted to make it easier for them too. We want to make this connection a lot easier. That's why we have a directory inside of the new hub for brands that we're going to continue to build. We also have one for bloggers because, man, fact is there is not a lot of bloggers that work with boutiques anymore. Like they've all kind of gone off and they're on to Nordstrom and more important things than us little small businesses. So we are searching the country for bloggers that do work with small businesses. And we are going to connect you with them and them with you, because that's where some really cool collaborations can come from. And then services. I know you get bombarded with offers for graphic designers or web developers or whatever service it might be. And you don't know who to trust. You don't know if they're legit. So we want a place where these people that offer these services can come to you. And if they're serious about their service, they're going to be serious about being in the directory at the hub and connecting with you at the hub. So that's the directory. And then finally, of course, where it all started is promotion. We want the hub to be the voice of the boutique community, to share your style, to share shopping guides and style guides in our print magazine, and even your boutique profiles, which, have you been on the new hub yet and seen the profiles? Here's the cool part. They integrate with Shopify. So with just a copy and paste of the code, you can insert your Shopify buy button, your products, directly into your profile on the hub. So with one click of a button, I can come to your profile on the hub and check out 6 of your favorite top sellers and buy them with one single click right from your profile. It's so cool that it works like that. So let me show you a couple more things, and then I'm going to jump over to your questions. Okay, a couple of the groups that we have at the hub you're familiar with. The Shop the Best Boutiques group for you to purge and to promote your boutique to consumers, people who love boutiques. There's the Boutique Brands and Vendors group, and that is for brands and vendors to share their new releases with you. The main boutique owners community, that's like our Mecca. That's our main hub where almost 2,000 of us connect and share experiences every single day. And then let me tell you about what's happening with the inventory exchange. Because like I said, I want to answer your questions, and I know this is going to be one of your questions. So originally we had planned on making the boutique inventory exchange members only, because we want to keep the riffraff out and those people who come in and try to scam other boutique owners. We find them, we block them, and we wanted to have more protections against them. But we realized by making that members only that we might be keeping some people out of the hub, like people who are closing their boutique and want to liquidate their business. We still want to give them an avenue to sell their inventory, and we want you to have the opportunity to buy it at a great rate. So we're actually going to be keeping the inventory exchange up for everybody, whether they're a member or not at the hub. And then the last change is we have a brand new group at the Hub, which over 100 of you are already members of, and that is our members only group. Take the more in-depth training and support and feedback, and we're going to keep it in that group. So like I said, it's a membership platform, so we know it's people serious about their business, they're serious about growth. So we're going to keep that information and that training a little more segmented to people who've actually paid to be there and want to be there. So note that change, and I'm going to answer your questions on it in a second. But preview time, because this is what's coming tonight. Can you just get excited? If you're a member of the Hub, let me tell you about what's launching tonight. It is the 2017 Best Year Yet Challenge for you to grow your business strategically in 2017. So I built this off of a similar concept that I use for Boutique Bootcamp. It's a 7-week course, bootcamp is, that strategically grows your business using building blocks, one thing at a time. And our Best Year Yet Challenge is a similar concept because it's 7 weeks and it uses building blocks. We're just going to be doing different content. So each week on Monday, you're going to get an email from me with a video and some content and a download. And then there's going to be a thread in our new members only group. And again, this is what my husband calls it. I think it's totally lame, but it works. He calls it accountability buddies. Yeah, accountability buddies. It's not even a word, but the thread in our groups is all about you guys holding each other accountable and me helping hold you accountable to do what you say you're going to do. And that's not easy because we're all busy and we think, oh, yeah, I'm going to get to doing that later. But if we're not holding ourselves accountable, no one is. So that's what this challenge is all about. It's giving you the information in a very specific order so that you do things one step at a time and giving you the accountability you need to actually do it. Okay? Action. Remember, only action gets us to our goal. So the challenge, again, happening tonight and going to be hitting your email inbox tonight, just for our members. So prices at the Hub, I've had questions about this, and I just want to give you some perspective. So if you are going to use something like Shoptiques or Group Deals or Jane to market your boutique in a marketplace, like our boutique style site is on the Hub, what would it cost you? So typically about 30% of the sale. Shoptiques has a $1,000 sign-on fee. Some places are about $20 a month, just to give you an example. If you wanted access to brands and you're going to market, it's probably going to cost you between $1,000 and $3,000 a year. For some of you lucky ladies, a whole lot more than that, traveling to and from markets. And then finally, the training library and group support. If you've bought digital courses in the past, which I'm guessing a lot of you probably have, I know I have, you're spending anywhere from $250 to $5,000 per course. I've spent even more than that and found it to be totally worth it. But let's just give you a range here, right? So these things combined would be about $4,000 a year. And of course, there's no way in heck I would charge you that for the Hub. That's crazy. So this is what we did. The Hub is regular $24 a month for brands, boutiques, service providers. It's free for bloggers because they only have limited access. They don't have the training library and all those things that are just special, just for boutique owners and brands. And then what we did is we said our community and our groups is really what built the Hub. I mean, you guys are such an awesome, close-knit group, and we want to make sure that you have really an inside special founding member access to what we do at the Hub. So for all of you, you have the offer of $19 a month until January 31st. And you get that for the next year at the Hub. So it's kind of a special thank you. And why $19? I've had this question asked too. So $19 is pretty insignificant, but it's enough to keep the riffraff out. So if $19 makes you stop and think, then it's a question of where you're at in your business. So we want to make sure that everyone's serious about their business and inside the Hub. So $19 is kind of that like gateway, but $19 is still low enough that we can get enough members in the Hub to make it worthwhile for everyone involved. Enough brands for the boutiques, enough boutiques for the brands and service providers, and so forth. We just want to make sure everyone has the opportunity to connect with as many people as possible. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put up This is kind of a rundown of everything that's included in the hub, but I want to get back to answering your questions specifically about the training today and specifically about the hub. So I am going to take this off my screen and go back to answering your questions, and then we can come back to this in just a second. Sound good? So if you've got questions, now's your cue while I'm switching up the screen to ask, and we can do some live Q&A for a while, and I'd be happy to go specific on any of the things that we covered today to help you out. So give me a second. I'm going to stop sharing and come back to you. Okay. Minimize. All right. Hey, guys. And there's still a lot of you here. I didn't bore you to death, did I? Ah, you're still around. So I want to answer some of your questions. So let me make sure I've got this correct tab pulled up where I can see your chat. All right. Spectacular. All right. So if you've got some questions on the hub, I want you to start typing them down, and I can answer them for you. All right. Yes. So Jessica at the Loft, awesome. So excited for 2017. Leslie, definitely. Narrowing your niche is a big thing. And knowing what your brand can look like. Here's the cool thing, Leslie. When you narrow your niche and you know your target customer, it is so much easier to brand yourself in that way, to have a brand image and a brand voice and a brand strategy, and a whole lot easier to buy. It is. All right, a couple more comments. Hey, Anne. Anne says that she did her fill a bag sale and it was a hit. And we'll set a little clearer boundary on overflow of the bag. Adding a Facebook Messenger, I was questioning, and I'm so glad that you mentioned this. Yeah, thanks, Anne. Facebook Messenger is a definite must-have. What else? Heck yeah. Leslie, thank you so much. I'm glad you're excited about the challenge. I am too. And Lacey, yeah, girl, everyone needs some accountability buddies. And my husband's lame. He thinks he's really funny, but it's lame. Oh, Val, you're so sweet. Thank you. You're so kind. All right. So who has some questions that I can help you with about the new hub or about the training that you saw today from 2016 and 2017? What is your number one goal for 2017? What are you working on right now to grow your business in 2017? Tell me in the comments. And then I'll go back to some slides and a link in just a second. Hey, Rebecca from Canada. Woo, how warm is it there today? I was asking this at the beginning, how warm it is there. Can you guys still see and hear me okay? I'm going back through some of your comments. Hey, Ricky. Oh, girl, I know you've been getting snow too. All right. What other comments and questions do you have, guys? Oh, hey, Jesse, thank you so much. So a couple girls can't comment. And the Dusty Canyon would like more information on the Pixel segment regarding ads. So is this for Facebook, and can it be used without Shopify? Yeah, great question. So the Facebook Pixel is Facebook, and you can use it on any website or e-commerce provider that you have. It doesn't have to be Shopify. It's the easiest with Shopify because inserting a string of about 10 numbers versus a string of code 10 paragraphs long. I may be overreacting here. But what the Pixel does is it creates these audiences for you based on people's actions on your site. I hope that answers your question. So no, it's not just specific to Shopify. Okay, Leslie, automation and working on social media, good goals. Perfect. Automation is going to be so big in 2017. MailChimp has so many new options available within it that I would challenge you to definitely look into what you can do with MailChimp automation. Yes, heart and soul, yeah. Organization. And that is a big part of the challenge. The 2017 challenge, we're going to be going into organization specifically. Yes. And scheduling, yes. So one of the perks coming from the new challenge is going to be giving you a free content calendar with everything already pre-built for you for the entire year. So you know all of the primary holidays and reasons to promote in 2017 and all of the secondary holidays. Definitely. And Misty, yeah, switching from our old site to Shopify, definitely a big goal. All right, yes, some more comments. So a couple things. I'm going to read a couple more of these questions, but I do just want to share a couple of the bonuses. I told you about free stuff coming at the end. So I want this training today to give you some tips to move you forward and obviously to get you more familiar with the hub and to invite you to join us for the challenge happening tonight and for the next 7 weeks. So that's a big piece that's coming. A second piece that's coming is for everybody that's joining the hub right now as we're launching. There's the first thing that you're going to see in your training library is a course on managing Facebook groups and on maximizing your Facebook group. So how do you set it up? How do you add members? How do you run contests? All these things for your Facebook group. And then a third free bonus that's coming is the content calendar that I mentioned and how to schedule out all of your content in advance so that when you sit down at the beginning of the week just to schedule your strategy for the week ahead, you're simply executing. And you're not trying to reinvent the wheel and you're a week ahead of the 4th of July or Thanksgiving or the Kentucky Derby, whatever it might be, large or small, saying, oh crap, there's a holiday this week. I guess I should, have an event or a sale or something. No, you get that stuff done 3 months in advance. That's why I use the content calendar. All right, back to your questions. So keep in mind those 3 bonuses coming. All right, and I know nothing about targeting in pixels. None of that means anything to me right now. That's okay. If that's new to you, that's totally fine. I would love to help you through that because that stuff makes me sweat with excitement, not nerves. I really like it. Okay, can we change subscriptions at any time? Lindsay, great question. Yes, you could try out a subscription. It's $19. Cancel it at any time and it will simply non-renew the next month. Right now you can pay in advance. You can pay for the entire year. That's $228 just for this month. And then when it bumps up next month to $24 a month, you actually get 1 month free for signing up for the annual subscription. So some options there, but yeah, you can cancel at any time. I want to make it super easy for you. Don't want it to be a question for you for sure. And how do you sign up for boot camps? Great question. I get this so often. So boot camp, there is a link on the brand new site where you can apply to be accepted into boot camp. I have so few positions. It's currently booked out now until the fall. And I can only take on a couple boutiques at a time because it's intense and it's a 7-week-long program where I'm spending a lot of time with these owners. So there's not really much for spaces. Let me tell you about something exciting that we're doing. We're working on making boot camp completely digital. There will be a one-on-one option, but there's soon going to be a digital option too. So I can take the most advanced strategies that we teach and put it in a digital format to make it really easy for you. So that's coming very soon. And can I mention, one of the perks in being a member at the Boutique Hub is you get 10% off any digital course or event, anything that we do. So boot camp, you would get 10% off. When we host the Boutique Summit this summer, did you guys know that we're doing that? We're hosting the Boutique Summit. It's an event just for the boutique industry to connect. For all of us to connect, you get 10% off that as well. So try to throw you a little perk there, Lindsay. All right. Yeah, Leslie, if it's not working yet, they've got great customer service. So contact Shoelace directly, and I know they'll help you get that squared away. Barb, more information on where to start with email. My customers sign up for an email list when they go to the website. Haven't done much with the list though. Barb, so what you want to think about is a welcome email series. So that's basically a list or an automation sequence that you can set up in MailChimp that triggers when someone joins your email. When someone joins your email, you're sending them a series of emails thanking them for joining your list and getting them more familiar with your brand and building a relationship with them. That's all. Actually, I've got a really good blog post on that. It's on the Boutique Business blog. If you want to see a how-to, that is there and it's for everyone to see right now. Rachel Smith, oh, I hear you, girl. It's coming. I tell you what, pretty soon everyone's going to be pixel savvy. Yeah, so more organization. Need to figure out how to switch over to Shopify, definitely. How often do you recommend sending out emails? I don't want to overdo it. Hey, Allison, that's a great question. And I think there's a lot of opinions on this question. Some boutiques send out emails almost daily. Personally, I think can be kind of overkill. I think a good rule of thumb is to start with at least one a week. You may do 2, you may do 3 a week. You have to test and see what works best for your audience. If you send too often, you're going to have a higher rate of unsubscribes. And in order for your list to sustain, if you have a high rate of unsubscribes, you have to have a pretty sizable list. So I would start with at least 1 email a week, probably 2. All right, establish a new brand, narrow my target market. Definitely. Oh, hey, Lori. Good to see you here. It's okay if you had internet issues. I'm going to have a complete repeat. I will email out of this video later, so you'll get to see all of it. You hate the new Facebook groups targeting. It's a downer. Oh, boo. I know. Don't let that get you down, though, because everyone has the same opportunity to do this. So while someone may target your group, you may target another group. And it's no different than current Facebook targeting, because right now, people can target, if you have a page with a certain amount of likes on it, people can target you already. And you can target other boutiques already. So this is all happening. Groups is just kind of being thrown into the mix. So they say. That's not like been officially announced yet. That's just word on the street. But don't let it get you down. I think it's a positive thing that's going to be happening. Lots of really cool targeting is coming. Okay. I'm online only, and that's why I've never put the owner of 2820 on my profile, because I feel like it's a security issue. Yeah, so great question. I do get this question a lot about, do you use a separate profile to run your business online on Facebook, or do you just use your own personal profile? And here's the thing. You can set up your own security on your personal profile so no one, unless they're your friend, can see certain pieces of your profile. I would recommend doing that. Because when you have your profile as just your boutique name, I don't think it's as easy for them to connect with you and to trust you and build a relationship with you, because you're just a business then. You're not a person. And everyone wants to know who the person is behind the business. So I would just look at addressing the security on your personal profile, who can see what. You can actually segment your friends list. I don't know if you knew you could do this. You can segment your friends list into like best friends or family, and then acquaintances or professional. You can set it up however you want. And then those people can see different content that you share based on what you allow. All right. Hey, Carrie, you need to have both a Facebook group and a page. Pages give you lots of advertising options, targeting options. It is the business card for your business. You have to have a page. But groups you also have to have, because that's where the reach is. And that's how you build a personal brand with your customers, is through your group. All right, Susie, I think that's you. Thank you. You're in an identity crisis. Well, I hope this got you out of your identity crisis. So start thinking about who you are and who you want to serve in your business and who your best customers are, and narrow your niche for sure. All right, calendar for events and trainings and meet and greets that you do. Hub, yes. Go to the training page at the Hub and you're going to find access to all that, Leslie. And Ms. Zuza, how do we set up in the new Hub if we are both retail and wholesale? Great question. So we have the opportunity for you to do both profiles. You can have a boutique profile and a wholesale profile. And if you use, well, I don't really want to give out the code. I don't want people to abuse it, I guess. Please email me and I'm going to give you a discount code to get your second profile at half price. So hopefully that makes it a little bit easier for you. Just make sure when you sign up that you use 2 different email addresses for your profiles. So email me. It's Ashley, ASHLEY, at theboutiquehub.com, and I'll get you that information. All right, Roxanne has a question. I need help in every aspect. I'm lost on half of what you were talking about. Oh no. Well, I hope not. I hope this gave you some place to start. And I just want you guys to know that inside the hub, I mean, I am so serious when I tell you, I am just like giddy with excitement when I know we can impact your business and we can impact your personal life. That is my motivator every single day. So I know that inside of the hub, as we're doing training, as we're planning out training and things that we're going to be releasing, we will have things for every level of business. So if you're a beginner, or if you're advanced and want to dive into the most advanced Facebook advertising strategies, I will have things there for both, because I don't want anyone to feel like they're left out based on that. So, all right. Yeah, thank you. Yes, we'll get you hooked up. We'll get you a new profile there, Azusa. Perfect. All right, guys. So if there's any last questions, I would be happy to stick around and answer them for you. Otherwise, I'm going to hop over to Boutique Hub group. If you're not yet a member of that group, it is facebook.com/groups/boutique hub. That is our free group open to everyone. I will also be spending a lot of time today in our members only group, which you'll have the link to when you join the hub. And watch your emails tonight for your invitation into the Best Year Yet Challenge, because it's happening tonight. There will be an accountability buddy thread in our new group, possibly tomorrow morning. So if there's not any other questions, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. And I'm going to send this link out to this video to everybody who signed up for this training. And you guys get ready. I'm going to be bringing a lot more of these to you to bring you some strategies for your business at the hub. Plus, I may have a couple guest speakers up my sleeve. For members at the hub, you're going to have access to some guest speakers that are going to come in and help us out. All right, one last question, Rebecca. Yes, I would recommend strategies based on level of experience. For sure. Yes, there will be that for sure. So, all right. I hope you guys have an awesome, awesome day. Thanks for being here. Thank you for being a part of this training and for dealing with me not being able to see your comments for a while. But I'll see you guys in the groups. Let me know anytime you need a thing. So, love you guys. Thanks much.